Basement of a Pentagon. This is W.T.F. Nation Radio.
Just running from the pain in my heart. Into the arms of another, and for a while she made me feel alright. But in a crazy blunder, your love took me back under. Now I'm tied to those shackles and chains. Said don't cry for me, stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. 10 years time it took me to unwind, and now I'm right back from where it began. How old will I be when you finally set me free, and the sun shines on my heart again? Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of my stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Yeah, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double-cross me. 19 years old, doing the bidding for Uncle Sam. Desert boots strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Come on now. Strapped across my vest, 800 more, and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Oh, 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 I'm a mean motherfucker. Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker. So don't you never double cross me.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Oh shit! Hey everybody, it's Radar, chilling out in the late night smoke pit. Yeah, the post hump smoke pit. Thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for being here. Spanky, Kaz is here. Holy shit! I saw a ghost, man. What's going on, Kaz? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Keith Miller's here. Andy Morrow was here. He said it was boring and left. You know, I go back and forth on that with having like the kind of music going and the video of the bike ride and shit. It's kind of more just it takes a while. It's faster now. When we started doing this, it would take a minute for like all the streams to kind of catch up, and it's still like I have what I see in front of me and then the stream and then what you guys say, right? And there's a delay in that. So it kind of gave us an opportunity to get all of our ducks in a row and get everything set up. So that's why I do like 10 minutes. I think I have 9 minutes and 56 seconds of music before the stream or before I go live. That's counting the music, that's counting the little disclaimer and everything. Just shy of 10 minutes. And what that does is it kind of gives everybody alerts on your phone or on your computer, give you a chance to check in, whatever, grab you a seat, grab you a beer, kind of hang out, whatever. But that used to be 15 minutes. I've knocked it down to 10. And I don't know, I've kicked the idea around of going down to 5. But I think there still needs to be some sort of like intro. That's just me, I guess. Maybe there doesn't have to be. But it sure seems to go smoother when you have some sort of intro. But maybe we don't. So yeah. Stream is strong. Hey man, thanks Tiffany. Thanks for being here. I'm off till Tuesday. Caught the sports bar earlier tonight. Happy to catch up. Yeah, Cos, we're always happy to have you, man. We're always happy that when you show up, dude. You've been a staple around here for a long time. We're always glad to have you. Luke, thanks for being here, man. So yeah, no, it's good shit. And if you guys have opinions on shit, hey, I have said this from the beginning of me hosting a show. This show is for y'all. And if you want to cut out the music at the beginning and if you want me to just dive right into it, I can. I absolutely can. I can do like a 60-second intro and just go if that's what you guys want. I mean, if you guys are like, this is kind of fucking stupid to sit here and listen for like 15 minutes. But I'll tell you what, and I don't know how accurate this little counter is. Right, I'm going to start with that disclaimer. There's a little counter on the corner. And when I first come on, it'll say like 2 people watching, 5 people watching, 10 people watching. I think it's up to like 20, 25 by the time that kind of 10-minute intro is over. So, I mean, like I said, if you guys want to do like a shorter intro or no intro, I think we should have something. I have that really cool intro. Ice made that intro with the helicopters and stuff. He made that for me. But I mean, we can do something different too. I'm down for whatever. I am completely, I'm not going to say detached. That's not the word I'm looking for. But I mean this, I feel like, didn't see a countdown. And I used to do an actual countdown. I used to have a timered countdown on there. But I don't do that. I don't know. It was never quite accurate. And I had to manually reset it every time, and I didn't love the big countdown. I could probably do that. I could do an overlay on the show and do a countdown. But I could go from having 10 minutes of songs to 5 minutes of songs or 2 minutes of songs. I don't give a shit. I've got some 2-minute songs in here I could throw in there too. Whatever you guys want, man. I said I'm here for you guys. I'm here for all y'all. So anyway, yeah. Hey, thanks for being here at the Smoke Pit. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I don't really have much to talk about tonight, so we're gonna let this be audience driven. There was another tragedy today in Minneapolis. I don't want to hash on that too much, because I feel like there's a lot of emotions and stuff there. Make an overlay that says the dumbest dad jokes ever. Yes. Long and the cause. I subscribe to this. Cause says long intros are good for a warm up. Audiences get anxious to see the good content you provide. See, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But I think there's a sweet spot, and to me that sweet spot's about 10-15 minutes, where you can kind of engage with people and bring people in. But if it's too much, especially like, I feel like we have our hands tied, not being able to play copyrighted music. And we've got some good stuff. And I'm not saying some of that stuff that we have, some of the stuff that I have on here is bad music. He says that he likes the longer intro, gives him time to shut a few things down. Yeah. See, I think if I could play music that people knew, I think if I played music that people knew, that would help a little bit. Tiffany says people want gun control, but no government isn't doing it. I don't get it. See, and I'm torn on that. I think there's got to be a realistic way of doing. Yes, those are model planes I built in the background. Yes, absolutely they are. Kaz says he found the sweet spot to be 1 3-minute song. Yeah. Jim Moore said, make them wait, they'll appreciate it more. Yeah. Oh, model planes. Boy, you're going to make me go squirrel. All kinds of shit. So I had, we had the fair, right? And part of the fair is we do a model show / contest. And I won a bunch of ribbons. I won a fuck ton of ribbons. I won a best in class. I won a bunch of first place in divisions. Or first, yeah, a bunch. And I'll be rolling those out. So, what I do works, and I think so. And I'll tell you what, maybe next week I will roll it down to, I like that Airborne Man song a lot. That's by Mark Ridge. He was a guest on the show. He's a friend of the show. He was on, about a year or so ago. Old guy he was on the 173rd. He was in Afghanistan and Iraq, both. Good dude. He's touring. I follow his page on my real book. And then I do on the Radar page as well, and he looked like he was last touring in like North Carolina and shit. So if you're in that neck of the woods, if you're on the East Coast and you see a Mark Ridge playing, go fucking check it out. Play music by Kelsey's fiance. That's a good way to get shut down. That's a good way to get zucked. They will mute our stream if we play too much copyrighted music. Some of our stuff we play like every now and again I'll get a notification, and it's not for my show. Some of the stuff we play will sometimes get a hit as a copyright infringement, and we got to pay them. I don't even know how the monetary stuff works. I don't know how any of that works. But I try not to play too much copyrighted music. Every now and again, I think I played something when dude from Sly and the Family Stone died. When Sly Stone died, I played a song of theirs. I think they got hit. But old T Swift, some of the newer artists are like fucking dogs on that. Like she is one, and then like Queen, I know was really bad. Metallica. There's some other artists that are fucking like, if you play like more than about 3 notes of their song, they're fucking. It's like odd. And anything Disney owns, anything that is a Disney property, holy shit! You want to get your shit fucking. You want to get your pee-pee in a problem. Play some Disney stuff. So they always say that if you're ever gonna record, I don't know how true this is. I don't know. I don't record myself having sex because that sounds like the worst fucking video in the world. If you want to see a fat man out of breath, just watch me walk upstairs You don't need, there doesn't need to be any sex involved in it. But anyway, they say if you're going to ever record you and a partner performing coitus, to make sure there's Disney playing in the background. And to put on a Disney movie, which I don't know, sounds super hot, I guess. But that way, if it ever gets like leaked, that Disney will hit it for copyright infringement, and it won't get disseminated. Have you looked about going into Spotify to get around the music issue? You know, we've talked about a lot of things for that. And I don't know that there's being on YouTube and Facebook is really hard to get around that. I mean, we would have to go just on something like a Spotify to do that, I think. Nate, drinking beer and feeling sad as fuck, man. Why you feeling sad, buddy? Why you feeling sad? I don't know that we should feel sad around here, man. Come on, just share it. If you got something you want to get off your chest, man, share it. That's what we're here for. That is exactly what we're here for. See if we can talk you through it. Holly says you like my voice. Thanks, Holly. Thanks. My wife keeps telling me I have a face for radio, and I should do that. I don't know what she means by that. But, no, I think you know, I don't know. I don't know that it makes much difference because my show, I don't cut to breaks. I usually play 2 songs before the show. I'm not saying I don't ever cut to breaks. Sometimes I cut to breaks. But if I do, I play a song or 2, and then I come back, and then I have an outro song I play. The outro song I play is by Turnpike Troubadours. They are a little bit more well-known band, and they are pretty well-known for not... They're like, share our music, share our art. We wanted to get to as many people as possible. So even though they're a recording artist, they don't have a big copyright infringement plan. So they're cool about everyone sharing their shit, and they're on the radio sometimes. They're a little more. They're not like Toby Keith, but I always say, man, the Army fucked me up. I didn't even deploy. Hey, you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with not deploying. The only people I ever gave shit about not deploying was the people who actively tried to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, those fucking dudes. You'd always see like those dudes that would bounce from like recruiting to like training commands and shit, and then like how I don't know how those motherfuckers. There was like 25 years of war, and like they never got picked. You know what I mean? Just whatever. That's shitty, man. But I mean, like, I can't tell you how to feel. Like, I feel like that's on you. Like, but I mean, I don't think you should feel bad for not playing. And if the Army fucked you up, like, I hope that you're getting the help that you need. I hope that. Oh, dude, yeah, Hood is where it went downhill. Nate, I'm not gonna lie. You're not the first person that I've heard say that Hood kind of put them in a bad space. I've heard that from several people, and I hope that, and this is for anybody. I'm calling you out, Nate, just because you're here and you're saying words, but there are resources available. If you have physical issues, if you have mental health issues, if you have if you have ways that if you have people to reach out to, that's even better. But there are things. But I mean, if you're like broken, get with your local. Every veteran service organization has what's called a veteran service officer. Right. So if you go to your local VFW, Legion Hall, most county courthouses have one. DAV. Yeah, dude. If you walked in on shit like that in the training area, like, you need to fucking, dude. And I'm telling you right now, seeking mental health help is not a bad idea. And it's nothing to, dude, I've done it. 100%. 100% have. Several times. No, dude, you're not coming to ruin the show. This is exactly why we're here, dude. I run filler until I can help somebody. You're not ruining my show at all. We're here to help. Yeah, you're not hurting my show at all. But I want to parlay this into like getting you help, like, and anybody who's in your situation. Like I said, I'm picking on you because you're here. I hope you're not taking this like the wrong way. I'm not trying to be shitty to you or anything. But there is help out there. There are, I know people dog on the VA, and everyone's VA experience is different. I'm not saying that the VA is fucking perfect. I'm not saying that. I went to the VA today. And I've struggled with mental health issues for the last probably 15 years since I got back from my second deployment. And I've had a lot of issues with that. And kind of ebbs and flows, comes and goes. Good. So your VSO is helping you. You had back surgery and start therapy. That's good, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. But I'm gonna pretend that you didn't say that, because there are a lot of people in your shoes who have not seen a VSO, who have not had a chance. They don't even know it's a thing. So many people, like, they get out. So many, and this is unfortunately kind of the aspect that we have as soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, all the branches, right? It's tough guy mentality. I'm fine. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Hey, Sergeant, don't worry about me. I'm good. You know what I mean? Hey, sir, I'm fine. Ma'am, I'm good. And we don't go to sick call. We don't get help with what we need. We just we soldier on. Our time comes, we get out. Very little, if anything, is documented in our file. Very little, if anything, at that time, we're just happy to get the fuck out. Right? And when you go through your final physical or whatever, you don't go to that person and say, you don't go to that doctor and be like, hey, man, I fucked up my back. I fucked up my knee. I fucked up my wrist. I had a bad jump and I fucking tweaked my neck, my knee. I sprained my knee 3 times and I need this, and da-da-da. Right? People don't fucking do that. They just get the fuck out. And then, like, a year later, like, oh, my fucking back is killing me. The Army fucked my back up. And then you go in, there's you did it. You can point out the exact time that it fucking happened. Yeah, I had this jump, landed wrong, fuck my knee, my back up. But if you don't have that paperwork, then the VA is like, we can't help you. So if you are out there and you're going through that, get all the documentation you can, see a VSO, get a claim put in. If nothing else, even if you get 0%, I'm not even saying to do this for money, but if you have something like a hurt back or a hurt leg or a hurt arm or whatever, even if you get 0%, they will treat that illness or injury for the remainder of your life. Hearing loss. If you have hearing loss, if you have documented hearing loss or tinnitus from your time in the service, you get hearing aids. I'm 0% service connected for my tinnitus and hearing loss, right? I just got like $10,000 hearing aids. And they are one of the best things the military has ever given me is my hearing aids. Yeah. Josh said he just had a S1 to L5 fusion. Hope that help. Fuck, dude, that sucks, man. TMJ will get your dental covered by the VA. What's TMJ? What's TMJ? I don't know what that one is. Dude, and the VA, like I said, everyone's VA experience is, Nate said his VA is fantastic. My VA here isn't fantastic. My VA is fantastic. Here, I go to Fort Meade in Sturgis, and they are great. But I've been to Fort Meade's that weren't great, or I've been to VA facilities that weren't great, and I've heard plenty of, and we all have. We all have. Yeah, tinnitus. Yeah. Tinnitus will get your VA covered by, what? Oh, grind your teeth in your sleep. Oh, okay. Yeah, like a like not like sleep apnea. Yeah. Anything the first year. I mean, yes. So if you have a problem, like okay, my son got out of the army. Okay, and he's been complaining about his ear for fucking the last like 2 years. He fucking had like his eardrum was completely detached. He couldn't fucking. It was like he had to do like big surgeries and shit. I don't even know if it took. Yeah. So you have like one year when you get out to claim all your shit. But if you're some old dude like me or like my generation of vets, we just got the fuck out. I was lucky that I was wounded, right? I got hurt in service. So I went through the process. I got medically retired. If I wouldn't have done that, if they just would have said, hey, Sergeant, here's your shit. Bye, see ya. I just would have fucking pieced out. And I would not have gotten from that. You know what I mean? I would not have gotten anything from that. I just would have fucking got out and be like, bye, see ya. And it turns out I had to get a knee replacement. I had whatever, They stopped covering tinnitus. I heard that they were gonna make it to where it wasn't a standalone condition. But it was tied because from what I understand of tinnitus, and this is what I understand of it. Okay, what was explained to me because I have hearing loss and tinnitus, and whatever. One of them I get 10%, one is 0%. I'm not sure which one's which. But I was told by my ear doctor, what the fuck's the audiologist? The reason you get tinnitus is because no matter where you're at, there's ambient noise. There's a fan going, there's trees rustling, there's fucking something, right? And so your brain hears that all the time. And once you start to lose your hearing, or once you get past a certain amount of hearing loss, your brain can't stand the silence. So it creates a noise to backfill that silence. Right? And so that silence that turns into that tinnitus ring, and that's what causes that. So before tinnitus was just a standalone thing, and I don't know when it changed. I don't think it was that long ago, but I don't really recall. But instead of tinnitus being a standalone thing, if you have hearing loss, it's just kind of understood that you have tinnitus or can have tinnitus, and so they did something, but you can't just go and be like, I got ringing in my ears, and they get 10% from it. I think that's what they're trying to limit. Yeah, because they give hearing protection. Yeah, and it turns out ours didn't fucking work anyway. That's why there's a big lawsuit. I don't even know what everyone. I didn't even put in for it because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get $25 or some shit. And they ended up getting like $100. But yeah. Who the fuck? I guess I take that back. When I was in gun trucks in Iraq, we wore our headsets. Not too awful different than what I have on now. I guess I ever had a microphone and it was made by Bose instead of whatever these cheap fuckers are made from. I got these. These are like $30 off Amazon. They look nice, but they're not great. I had the old 3M fucking double-ended dildo earplugs that didn't work for shit. God, those things were worthless. Those things were absolute fucking dog shit, man. Come on in, dude. Nate, anytime you want to fucking be here, dude, so we have shows just about every night of the week, okay? And I do late nights on Wednesdays. I come on at 9 o'clock Mountain. It's like 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. Just kind of a late show. Yeah, dude, come in whenever you fucking want, dude. Once I got Mammoth, I start wearing. Yeah, dude, I fucking quit. Those fucking earplugs were dog shit. You know what were actual dog shit ones? Like, I'm going to date myself now. But when we had the old fucking BDUs and you had to wear they were the orange ones that came in the little green case and you used to hang them off your fucking pocket and you put your unit crest on there and fucking look all cool. Yeah, those things were fucking dog shit, man. Those were the worst fucking earplugs. Honestly, the little foam ones you get for free, that's when when I was fucking a kid, when I got out and I was working like in a shop, and I worked for the county as a snowplow driver, and heavy equipment operator, right? It was a pretty cool gig, but the little foam disposable earplugs they gave us in there were way fucking better. Way fucking better than the goddamn shit they used to give us. You know, yes, that was dog shit, dude. I never used them and just hanging out my fucking collar. Yes. Yeah, mandatory fun day is fucking cool. The thing the thing about mandatory fun, and I like him a lot. I struggle to think of kind of those military creators that I don't like. I don't think there's any of them that I don't like. But they all do that short form stuff, which is cool. Like the TikToks and all that. I'm not saying that's bad. It's whatever. But I like this. I like our format where it's more intimate and we can talk, right? I like that. I like being able to like have these conversations instead of it just being I don't know, me talking to you, if that makes sense. And so, like, those guys are awesome. Like, I'm a huge fan. I think we all are in a way, but I don't love his format, and that's nothing against him. It's just, and honestly, he's doing something right because y'all know who those guys are, right? Mandatory fun day guys like that. You all know. Everyone knows who the fuck that is. Nobody knows who the fuck Radar is. So maybe I should take lessons from him. He does long form. Where does he does long format? Because I would love to fucking get on that. What's up, Mom? How you doing? I would love to listen to him. Who are we talking about? Mandatory Fun Day. He's a lieutenant. And he's active duty. He does take TikToks and shit. YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, those fucking dude. We used to double plug on 46s, man. We used to plug and muff on 46s underneath those fucking the old craniums. Yeah, them old ass orange earplugs in their craniums. Those are good, man. Those were good. Yeah, 53s are so fucking loud, dude. And they like take your breath away. I always thought that 46s were cool until I went on 53s, and I was like, oh man, these shitters are cool. So. Put the camera away. You're man. I tell you, like I tell you, fucking get back into it. Get back into it. I think we're looking for talent. Nate, if you want, apply. Mom, are we still looking for talent? It's so late. It is. Well, and here's the thing. Like for me, it's not late. It's 9:30 my time. I'm not trying to be a dick, but y'all like, but it's like 11:30 y'all's. No, Radar is actually associated with where I'm from. Yeah, Austin Van Lechtigman. Yeah, I thought we were looking for up. Yeah. we have won a cow on the side because the gunner killed one in Texas. Nice. I'm down. What do we play? Where do we have? Is it on? What are we doing for applications? I'm sorry. Like I'm dog shit at this. Have that messages on Facebooks. Yeah, so go to WTF Nation Radio. And then send a message. I'll see if I can pull it up. I'll pull up the link to our Facebooks. Oh, this is not what I want at all. Why am I on that? Huh. That's fucking weird. So my restream is on whatever the dog shit is, that Microsoft Edge. That's fucking dumb. I have never in my life been like, I should use Microsoft Edge. But apparently, I now use Microsoft Edge. But that I'm a Google Chrome dude. I'm a Google Chrome dude. Bam, 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 bam. See all profiles. I usually do this on my phone. I don't ever get on a radio page on my computer. Bam, bam, bam. Copy. Sorry, I'm very excited to do this, but yeah, Facebook. As Mom's already got it, I got it too. Yeah, click on that. Facebook.com/WTFNR. It's WTF Nation Radio. And hop on there. And fucking Alice Cooper just did a show? What? Dang. Yep, yeah, Cause is right. Once hired, you are contractually mandated to not die, and you can't date anyone without staff approval. That was tough. It was tough. Yeah, I had to like, my wife got me like, it won't let me message on the WTF on that one. All right, hi mom, thanks. I sent the wrong one. Yeah. Just go to that one, dude. How old is Alice Cooper? Yeah, okay, all right, I'll Google it. Alice Cooper. God, I kind of forgot Alice Cooper was a thing. Not gonna lie. I honestly thought Alice Cooper was dead. Alice Cooper. You know who my wife just found out was dead? Was Toby Keith. He's been dead for like a couple months or some shit. Alice Cooper. Age. He's only 77. Huh. All right. Well, I thought he was considerably older than that. He's only 77. Yeah, see, I thought he was 152 years old as well. You know, okay. Hold on. If I took a picture of Donald Trump and Alice Cooper and set them next to each other, I'm like, who do you think is older? You would not pick Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump, he doesn't look young either. Does she know Ozzy Pass? Don't tell her. She'll break her heart. Why won't it let you message? Let me see. I can try from it. Maybe. Because it's like a business one. Well, if my wife knew Ozzy passed, she'd fucking die. She loves my mother or my father-in-law is a musician and plays a lot. He plays a lot of music, and so she's really into music. So let me see. All right, Nate, let me see if I can find you in here. No, I'm not seeing you in here, buddy. I don't, because it's so weird. Because it's like it's not like regular. It's Meta Business Suite. So I don't know how to. Ice is older than Alice Cooper. Just a little bit. See if you can send me a one on. Let me see if I can get you on my radar page. Because radar's a little bit easier for me to navigate. Because I know how it works. And I have it on my phone. So it's easier for me to copy. Paste. Here. That's my radar profile. I don't know why it comes up different. But if you can message that one, maybe we can get it. Oh shit, yeah. Fucking so now, you know what? I did this with Tom Petty a couple years ago when Tom Petty died. And I was like, how could Tom Petty? I'm surprised he's still alive. And like a week later, he died. So if fucking Alice Cooper dies in the next week, not my fault. Not Radar's fault. So Ozzy did go out like a boss. Fuck yeah, he did. Fucking sitting there in that throne for his last concert. And when he died, like 3 days after that. That was crazy, man. Ozzy's fucking last concert was off the fucking chain. There's something. And I don't know how lucid Ozzy was. Even through the show. Even through the fucking show, let's be honest. You could barely understand a word that dude said when he talked. But as soon as he sang, man, it just all came back. And I hope it wasn't lip syncing or some shit like that, or fucking super auto-tuned or some shit. Like, I hope it was actually factually fucking like real life. He knew he was gonna die. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's known for a while, right? He kind of said something several years ago, or like maybe it was 6 months ago, but I thought it was several years ago. He said something about that, about like being like, he knew it was coming, and don't fucking cry for me, Argentina kind of shit. You know what I mean? Which is cool. Like I'm fucking dude. I'm all about that. Like, if you can go out on your own terms and leave a legacy like that. Like, that's fuck crazy. He did get lost on stage. Yeah, he did. He did. I'll give you that. But it's so much better than like, what was that? Like Gene Hackman that fucking like died alone. Like his wife was dead for like 3 days and then he died in his fucking apartment or some shit. Fuck that, dude. No, man. Go out in a fucking blaze of glory, dude. I go out there fucking like fucking Wyatt Earp or some shit, man. Dude, if I knew, God, if I knew I was gonna die, if I knew, like, I don't know, I had burn pit cancer or some shit, and I knew I was gonna fucking die in the next couple of days, I got 6 months to live or some shit, right? I think, I don't know if you've ever seen Shark Week where they'd like towed the fucking the surfboard behind the boat and like the great white sharks like bite the shit out of it. That's what I would do. Fucking strap me to one of those things, pull me behind a speedboat going like 30 knots in the fucking outside of Australia, and like one of those giant great whites just fucking rock. It'd be so fucking tits, dude. That'd be the way to go. They probably won't eat you though, because like I think animals know if you're sick and won't like eat you. I don't know if that's actually true, but I know like snakes won't eat like mice that are sick. So I don't know if sharks will eat a dude with cancer. I'm not sure. That's a whole other level of biology I'm not sure about. But, dude, I fucking want to go out like fucking, and I want to wear like a GoPro and shit too. I wouldn't even, no, so people do fucking Don. Actually, no, the most painful part would be getting pulled behind the fucking boat and having the fucking waves smack you in the face. That would suck balls. Put me on a surfboard or some shit though, and then let me skip on top of the waves. Some of my grandmother's last words to us was, "Ain't that a bitch?" And I've been waiting, and I've been wanting that to be added to her tombstone. Yes. Sharks are food snobs. Probably. They don't eat fucking pineapple on pizza, and they don't eat radars with cancer. Man, I would do something though. Like, I don't know. Like, what's something else? Like, I would find some shit where they're like, we're not sure if humans can survive this or not. Like, I don't know. Like ejecting from a fucking hypersonic missile or some shit. Right? I know there's when like in Top Gun, whenever fucking Tom Cruise like ejected, like, oh, he couldn't survive that. I'll fucking do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna die anyway. So I'm either gonna make it, I'm gonna be a fucking hero, or I'm gonna fucking die. I'm already gonna be dead. Some shit like that. You know what I mean? And don't be like, oh, fucking no, fuck it. Go out, go on your own terms. Sharks lived to 400 years of cancer. I fucking hope not. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Nate. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you. I'll get a hold of you after the show and see if we can figure out like how to get you in touch with the right people. We'll see if we get the ball rolling. Keep your head up, buddy. So, but yeah, my grandma. So when you are sick, and Mom can probably attest to this because she was just talking about it a little bit, but apparently when you're like super sick, right, and like on the verge of dying, you have like a moment of clarity, right? Very shortly before you pass. And my grandma was like, her body was just shutting down. It was like everything. She was like 94 years old. She was just in that way, you know, she had a good life and it was time to go. And she had that little moment. She like woke up, she sat up in her bed. And my dad, and they had warned us, and they had warned the family, you know, this is what's going to happen. Most people do this. So don't get your hopes up. Sometimes it lasts 10 minutes, sometimes it lasts an hour or two, but it's a sign of the end. And she sat up, talked to my dad for a little bit, and then my dad asked her, he goes, Mom, can I get you anything? And she looks at him and she says, booze, and lots of it. And then she went back to sleep and passed away. Passed away like an hour or two later. So that was like her kind of last words. So, like maybe that's how I'm going to go. Just like, give me a fucking shot or two and we'll call her a night. I don't know. I'm curious about that now. Bono seems like, I don't know. Yeah, dude, fucking Bono is weird though. Bono's he's like one of those like dudes who's probably gonna live to just be like 250 years old, and he's gonna survive on nothing but like kale juice and like fucking sparkling water or some shit. You know what I mean? He's just gonna survive on shit like that and make it work. So anyway, I was thinking about doing another hobby night here. Probably it is the last week of August. Next week is next week. Next week is the start of pro football. This Saturday is the real beginning of NCAA football. And it's going to be exciting. But we have a fantasy football league put on by the Sports Bar. And I think they as of when their show ended, they had 2 spots left. And it's your opportunity if you think you're better than Radar at fantasy football. 1, you're probably right. And 2, come on down. We have 2 spots open in the Fantasy Football League, and get a chance to. There's some of the on-air personalities are on there. We've got some fans on there. I think the winner, there's like a prize. Coach refurbishes like Jordans, and I think that's going to be the winner of the season. We'll get a pair of Jordans his size, his or her size. If you're her and you want to be in it, absolutely, fucking come be on it. That would be cool. So let me get you with Sports Bar. I'm so bad at this fucking job. I don't know why they let me keep doing this because I am bad at it. I'm fucking bad at my job, dude. I should have this shit pulled up an hour ago, but I don't because I'm bad at my job. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Also, Super Troopers 3 is filming. That's fucking ballin'. Let's all take a moment to appreciate Super Troopers 3/2/ all the Super Troopers. I'm really excited about that. I was a huge fan of the first one. I do like Super Troopers. And so it makes me happy. The Sports Bar on W.T.F Nation Radio. It makes me happy that they're doing more of them. Let me go there. What are they doing? Okay, fantasy football. There is 2 more spots open. I'm going to share their link. And if you want to be in our fantasy football league, go on there and be part of our fantasy football league. I'm on there. CQ's on there. Coach and King Smith are on there, and then the rest of it's listeners. So come hang out. Come be on it. David Cunningham won the NCAA tournament on the Sports Bar last year. Nice. Going to dwarf wrestling? What? Georgia Tech, Colorado? I don't know. Okay. I don't think 2 things. And I don't say this because I think Shadur Sanders is any good. I think he's fine. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's dog shit. I think he's fine. I think with some practice and with some mentoring, he could be a fine NFL quarterback, but I don't think he's as good as he was hyped to be. Same with Arch Manning. I don't think Arch Manning's God's gift to football either. That being said, I think that Colorado has the opportunity to be a decent team, but I don't think like Coach Prime has the investment now that his kid's not playing. You know what I mean? All I'm going to say about Colorado. But I think Georgia Tech's going to be a decent team. I think that's going to be an all right game, but nothing like Texas and Ohio State. That's going to be a fucking powerhouse of a game. It should be a good game to watch. Usually the first couple weeks of football, it's like a team like Texas or OU playing like idiot skills community college and beating them 47-3. You know what I mean? So it's not, the Huskers. Okay, hold on. and this is, I have a theory on the Husker, we are really close to Nebraska, and I run a sports bar, and we get a lot of fucking Husker fans in there. First off, Husker fans don't wager anything. They come into a sports book thinking that they should run the place. Look, if you're not wagering money, the other night the Husker volleyball game was on. I don't give a shit. We don't even take wagers. We don't take action on the volleyball. And they come in. Well, we have like 6 people, and I have these people. I have $14,000 in action between these 7 guys. You want to come in for free and watch a fucking volleyball game? Nah, fuck you, buddy. Figure it out. But okay, Nebraska has a problem with their football program, and here's what it is: they don't have any money. Since money has been brought into college sports, which I'm for and against. I have differing opinions on that. Nebraska either doesn't have or doesn't want to spend the money to bring in top-tier talent. If Nebraska and teams like Nebraska want to be competitive, I'm talking about like the University of Iowa, the Nebraska, Minnesota, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, teams that traditionally were strong teams that don't have or don't want to spend the money, they're going to really struggle moving forward. When you have teams like Notre Dame, Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, fucking Coastal Carolina. You have teams like that. They're putting hundreds of millions of dollars in their football program. A team like Nebraska or Alabama, Alabama will be fine, but they're really gonna struggle because they're not putting the money into the program. Nebraska has always been like those big corn-fed boys. They always, my granddad went to Nebraska, my dad went to Nebraska, I'm going to Nebraska. But then go to Ohio State or Texas or OU or A&M or Alabama or Coastal Carolina, LSU, and make big fucking money. And that sucks. That sucks because you're taking these legacy programs kind of out of the national championship. I'm not going to say Nebraska's never going to win any games. I'm not saying that. It's just, I think it's going to be a long time until they adjust some of these rules. There's these teams that are just not going to be national champion contenders as long as a team like Notre Dame can funnel so much money in their program. Texas can funnel so much money in their program. Ohio State, Oregon, LSU. Like, some of these big schools are going to be, and this is what I think they should do. I think they should make another conference that is just like the top 30 or 40 pick teams. Pick a number. That's the top teams. And you only play within that division or in that conference. A team like I'm pick on Iowa State. If Iowa State wants to dump the money and be an athletic program, then they should not play teams like Drake. Shouldn't. Because Drake is not that. Drake is a college with a football team. If you want to be a football school, you play the other football schools. But that's just a rivalry. Fuck it. Sorry about it. Be done. If you want to be competitive, and because they have teams, Indiana last year, who went out and they're like, oh, they're sandbagging their schedule. And they're like, this is the schedule that we've had for years. Same teams have always played. If you want to have that, then that's fine, but you're not going to be competitive on the big stage. And have teams like Texas. Everyone's like, well, Texas and Oklahoma, so Texas and Ohio State players. That should be every fucking week. Should be teams like that playing each other. Auburn, Clemson, Indiana, OU, Texas. All these teams that want to be in this thing. That's what they need to do. Huskers are a volleyball school. Yeah, and they're not bad at volleyball, and that's fine. But you cannot come into a sports book is not a sports bar. We are a casino with televisions. We are not televisions that just go to whatever. You know what I mean? And they got pretty, and like I said, I had some people, I had some big games on that, like, it was on at the same time, like, Major League Baseball seems to play all their games in like a 3-hour window. And I have some people that come in every day that bet a lot of money on baseball, and they want their games on screens. You know what I mean? And if that's fine, because they have a lot of money on the game. They have a lot of skin in it. We don't take action on volleyball. We're an MGM property. MGM doesn't put lines on volleyball. So, I mean, I get that they want to watch it. I'm sorry. But until volleyball gets more popular than Major League Baseball, it's hard to put it on. Duke and North Carolina have become football schools. Yeah, they have. CCU has a huge. They do, Pookie. They do have a huge sports medicine program. And honestly, and my daughter, she's a freshman in college this year, wanted to do sports medicine, and that's why she went to a smaller school. Because if you go to a big school, they won't let you touch their athletes unless you're like in their doctorate program or in their graduate program. If you're undergrad, you don't even like tape athletes. But like here, she's going to school. It's a RMAC school or whatever. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference or some shit. So they'll play. They play. Basically, those kids there, they don't even get scholarships. They're just there because they like playing football. Which honestly is kind of more fun to watch. I'm gonna say it's more fun to watch. It's more fun for me to go to a Black Hills State University game than watch a team like Texas play Idiot Skills Community College and just beat them by 70 points. It's tough to, you know what I mean? That's not really worth. It's not worth watching that. When there's big games, when they play other hard teams, it makes it worth it. Yeah, I think small schools are the way to go. My daughter last year, that graduated 2 years ago, went to private school. She went for a year. Now she's going to a tech school to get nursing or lab tech or some shit. I'm curious, like how this introduction of money into these schools, into these programs, are either going to make or break college sports. The one thing that I did notice that I don't love is during the men's basketball, how the rules are. It used to be that NCAA basketball was fun to watch because it still had rules in it. The pros are kind of do whatever you want, but college ball, you're still traveling, still double dribbling, you still have to like pass the ball, like there's still goaltending. You know what I mean? Those rules are going away. And I think that as soon as college basketball turns into NBA, it's going to be hard. Live like 3-minute walk from. Nice, dude. Nice. You want to switch gears? Talk about the National Guard going to Chicago? Oof. No. No, I don't. Here's my thing with that. The National Guard is supposed to be there at the beck and call of the governor to help with state and federal emergencies. I don't think that sending the National Guard into urban areas, into cities, is the way to go. They're not trained. If you want to increase the budget for police department, if you think that there is a crime epidemic, and you want to send in professional law enforcement, absolutely, that's our job. If you want to up the budgets for police forces to hire more qualified candidates and bring them on board, I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to do it. I think that using, and this is the problem we ran into having, our nation building in Iraq and Afghanistan. We're not trained for that. The United States military is really, really good at blowing shit up. We are not good at putting it back together. We're like all the king's horses and all the king's men. We're not good at putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. And not our job. Realistically. Yeah. If they help with logistics, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think, and I think there are ways that they could augment that. But like I said, if crime is that big of an issue, increase the budgets for local law enforcement, increase budgets for state law enforcement. Yeah. And if the guard was picking up trash in D.C., what good is that? You know what I mean? Same with the border mission. I have a bunch of buddies here who went down and did the border mission in Mexico from South Dakota, and they like just sat around fucking hotel rooms and got drunk the whole time. They barely even went, and they couldn't, even when they did, like once a week they go sit on a patrol and they couldn't even fucking do nothing. Like they just were there for kind of like a presence thing. They didn't really do anything. So what the fuck's the point? You're spending a bunch of money. You're wasting money that could be better spent on other things. Now, either way, whether you're sending in the National Guard or getting more police forces, or you're increasing government agencies, the FBI, ICE, whatever, you're not fixing the root of those problems. You're not fixing the root of the crime. You're not solving the war on drugs. You're not solving the unemployment rates in inner cities. You're not solving the homelessness problem. You know what I mean? You're not solving the problems. You're just throwing in the military to try to battle it. And you're not battling it correctly. The military cannot end homelessness. Right? The military cannot win the war on drugs. Face it, what we need to do is as a country, as a community, come together and say, you know what? It's time to congratulate drugs for winning the war on drugs. Drugs won. And how now do we treat people with addiction? How now do we actually get people the help they need? If somebody has a drug problem and you lock them up and you throw them in jail, that's not fixing the problem. That's kicking the can down the road. If you do have a huge crime problem in your city, bringing in the National Guard is not going to stop that. It might stop it for the moment. It may calm down those crime levels for a moment, but you're not fixing the root cause of those. And that's where the disconnect is. Everyone wants that quick fix, right? Donald Trump wants a quick win that he can say, look, I did this, I got this result. And I understand that. As a politician, as a person, that's what people want. People want results. He can say, look, I'm strong. I put in the police, I put in the guard, and all this stopped, and now they got nothing going on. You can't have them there forever. And as soon as they leave, that power vacuum feels like, whoosh, and it's going to be full of the same shit again, right? Yeah, Tiffany, you're right. You got to go upstream. Yeah. Yeah. We picked up trash and don't have anything to do. Exactly. But it helps to privatize prison management companies and politicians to get cases. Absolutely. And see, this is where it becomes an issue bigger than the National Guard, bigger than that homeless person, and bigger than it's the same shit. The different person. You know what I mean? It's the same cycle. It's the same cycle. And we're just caught in it. I think once we figure out as a country that no matter who we vote for, we're going to get the same result, that's when things change. And like you can say, well, Donald Trump signed all these executive orders. He has somebody read them to him, so he knows what he's signing. People, and they read it on the air to him. Hey, sir, this is to stop homelessness. Oh yeah, homelessness is bad. I better sign this. He has no fucking clue, right? He's just somebody else is writing them, and he's signing them. And it's the same fucking thing that the guy before him did, and the same thing. Well, this is literally the same guy before him, and then before that, and before that, and before that. These dudes aren't in charge. They're not in charge of nothing. They're figureheads. All of them. And nothing's going to change. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. I don't know. It feels defeating. It feels like we're in a spot where it's going to get worse before it gets better. Yeah, vote for someone younger than 9,000. Yes. I think Dietrich has a better handle on the situation. Possibly. I think that Treasy likes to be important, likes to feel important, likes to feel in charge. And I think that they let him do enough stuff where he feels that. I don't think Biden gave a shit enough about being in charge. I think that's the difference between the two. I don't think that either one of them really understands what's going on around them. They were just there to fucking sign some shit and be done. I think in the administration right now, I think Stephen Miller is definitely in charge way more than either J.D. Vance or Donald Trump. And I think during Biden's administration, there was people behind the scenes that were way more in charge than Biden was. They all laugh at this while they pretend to be enemies on TV. Abso-fucking-lutely. David Cunningham, what's your thoughts on an executive order against flag burning? Here's the thing. I don't love flag burning. But I do agree that it is somebody's free speech and they should be able to do it. This is the way I look at things with that. It's just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean it should be illegal. Does that make sense? Same with abortion. I'll go right into abortion, okay? And things like that. I don't have a vagina. am never going to have an abortion. I'm never going to do it. If one of my daughters came to me and said that's an option that she's looking at, I don't feel the people that I know who've had to make a choice like that did not come lightly. And so, like, I don't believe that when it comes to a decision like that, that the federal government or the state government or me as a person should be able to tell someone else what they can and cannot do in that situation. Because the situation I'm not in. Like I said, if my daughter came to me and said, Dad, I have this problem, this is what we're looking at, I will help them. And I will guide them and I will give them my input. At the end of the day, it's her decision. And something she has to live with for the rest of her life. Not me. If I was ever, and I've had a lot of kids. And that's never, ever been a thought that something that I should pursue or tell someone that I'm with that that's what they should do. Period. And I think that's the way that's how I feel towards a lot of things. I'm very libertarian in that. I feel that, like, as an adult, you should be able to make those decisions for yourself. That I or the government or the president or the Congress or the Supreme Court or anyone else should not have to make that decision for you. That's a decision you make on your own. Are there people who use abortion as birth control? I'm sure there is. I'm not naive enough to say there's not. If you did a permanent ban on abortion today, would it completely go away? No, it wouldn't. It would just go underground. Anytime the government tries to take something away, it just goes underground. Whether it be prohibition on alcohol, war on drugs, if you banned abortion, ban books, ban flag burning. You can ban it all you want. It's still going to fucking happen. So figure out a way to make it work. I think that this flag burning thing is a distraction. I think the troops in Washington, D.C. are a distraction. I think that sending troops to Chicago is a distraction because our president is a pedophile and his name is on these files that all of a sudden fucking disappeared. And in order to get that out of the news cycle, we have to say things otherwise. I think that's the real reason. I think 95% of the stuff that gets fed to us through the news is a distraction from something the fuck else. Redistricting is a fucking distraction. All these things are a distraction from what is actually important. Okay. Marshall says, but I don't think we should, as a taxpayer, pay for it. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I think that and it's the same with like a transgender surgery. It's the same as a fucking boob job. You're entitled to do whatever you want. We shouldn't pay for it. Period. If you want to get a boob job, we get a fucking boob job. If you want to get LASIK surgery, get LASIK surgery, but I'm not fucking pay for it. Period. That's fine. Jason Smith said abortion is murder and should be criminalized immediately as murder. And that's your opinion. And you're entitled to it. I don't want to get into the weeds as to when exactly it is and isn't. Because there are so many different levels of that. You know what I mean? So, you know, if someone's building a bank and I go in there and steal a bunch of construction supplies, did I just rob a bank? Or is it only a bank after it's built and has money in it? You know what I mean? Why do you think we have troops down in Venezuela? Holy shit. David. He said, I was on the pew-pew in Venezuela. Man, I don't know why the fuck we have troops in Venezuela. Do you know why we have troops in Venezuela? Because they have oil and need freedom. We've seen that playbook before. We've seen that playbook a lot. They have oil, need freedom. Better send the fucking Marines down there. Or the fucking Navy or whoever else. Because got oil, need freedom. We are there. I mean, fuck, dude. I don't think, this is me, I think, see, and this is, okay, I bet if someone listens to like a snippet of this podcast, they're going to think like, man, that guy's fucking gargling Trump's nuts. And then the other half, like, man, that guy fucking hates Trump. I don't dislike any of that. I don't think we should go to war with anybody right now. I don't think there's any reason that we should go to war with anybody right now. Venezuela, we don't need to go to fuck. What do we need to go to war with Venezuela for? What the fuck are they doing? Fuck them. Let them have their internal struggles. I don't give a shit. That's part of nation building and growth, right? If they're going to have a struggle with their elected officials, let them have it. Let them grow. Let them fight themselves. Let them figure out how they're going to move forward. We are no longer in the Monroe Doctrine. We are no longer in charge of these countries. They are not in our, they're in our sphere of influence. Yes and no, kind of. Yes, no, maybe so. It's not our job to run them. They're not states. And honestly, the fucking federal government's job isn't to run states either. We put our fucking grubby little paws and shit. We don't, can't we all just be friends? Fuck yeah. But here's the thing with that. I'm going to go to the war in Ukraine. I think that we should give Ukraine everything it needs to defeat the Russians. We have deserts and deserts and deserts full of fucking used equipment that we don't fucking need anymore. Give it to them. Merry Christmas, Ukraine. Charge them for it. I don't give a fuck. Do a Lend-Lease program with them. But we don't need to put our boots on the ground in Ukraine. We don't need to send our troops to Ukraine. They're doing a fine enough job of holding on for Russia just the way it is. Give them the rest of the shit. Let them use it how they fucking need it. Oh, you want some? Hey, we're getting rid of A-10s. That'd be fucking great for those ground attack missions you need. Here you go. Bye. See ya. Give them some Burt. Give them some of that Burt. Let them fucking have it. Let them have Apaches. Let them have fucking all the Abrams tanks that they can fucking field. And here's the deal. They're M1A1s. that the Marine Corps fucking if the Marine Corps gets rid of something, you know it's no fucking good. You know what I mean? It's used up. When the Marine Corps finally retires something, it's used up. The Marine Corps does not let go of things lightly. So if the Marine Corps is like, man, these M1s are tired, we gotta get the fuck rid of them. They're on the last fucking legs. Let them go kill Russians with them. The more Russians they kill now, we don't have to fight them later. Let them fucking handle it. Right? Same with the A-10s. They're like, oh, they have a lot of flight hours on them. We don't know how much longer they're going to last. They're probably going to get shot down in the first 6 months anyway. So what? Bye, see ya. They have F-16s and they turn into drones or they shoot the fuck down. Give them to the Ukrainians. Let them fly. If they fly for 50 flight hours and then they get shot the fuck down, that's 50 flight hours that they got to use of them that didn't get fucking blowed up in the fucking desert. They got to pick it up. Let them fucking have it. Let them have all the old fucking M270s. Let them have all the old M270s that are laying in the fucking desert. Let them have them. Bye, see you. Go blow up Russians. Bye. You guys need LMTVs? Got a bunch of them. Instead of fucking selling them on fucking what's that website that they sell old shit on? There's always like Humvees and LMTVs and shit on there, and people buy them and they're like, oh, I gotta hem it. Fuck, give it to the Ukrainians. Bye, see ya. Let them have it. What are we gonna fucking do with it? You're gonna sell it to some fucking crackhead, crazy motherfucker, and he's gonna drive around Sturgis? No, I'm good. I don't need all that. I don't need all that. Get rid of it. Bye, see you. A-10's getting shot down, right? You know, I wonder, because the A-10 was designed, but so was the Su-25, and they've been getting their shit pushed in. I wonder if you were to send mildly decent pilots, not even fuck great pilots, with A-10s into that threat environment right now, how would it do? There's a lot of anti-aircraft fire. There's a lot of shit. I don't know. I do, dude. I'm telling you right now. I watch them videos every now and again, and then fucking drones flying over it, and those guys are like fucking huddled in these fucking like log, fucking embankments and shit in the trenches, hiding from these fucking drones, and they sound like mosquitoes fucking flying over. And now they got like the fiber optic drones. The fucking funniest shit I've seen is they wait for them to fly by, then they go up and they clip the fucking because they put like nets over the road, right? And then they fly a fiber optic drone in there, and the fiber optic drone goes flying over, and they go up and they clip the fucking thing, and it falls to the ground and blows up. Yeah, killer drones and laser technology is a new flavor of the month. Yeah, dude, that shit's fuck crazy, man. That shit, and this is where I think we are really losing out on this. And this is where I feel like we could use, Trump's a deal maker, wants to make deals, right? We will give you all the Abrams in the fucking desert if you let us in on your fucking intelligence on the drone technology. We will give you all the Patriot missiles that we can fucking make, and all the NASAMs and all the fucking Hawks. And they're using fucking Hawks from the 60s. You know what I mean? Let them fucking have them. Bye, see ya. Tell us how these drones work. Give us your technology. We will make the drones for you. Because that's the future of warfare. Not fucking Abrams tanks. Not Bradleys, not Strykers, not GLTVs or whatever, fucking nothing. That's not the future anymore. That's the past. We are the kings. Here in the United States, in the United States Military Department of Defense, we are the kings of being ready to fight the last war. We are the absolute kings of being ready to fight the last war. If we had to go back and invade Iraq in 2003 with the stuff that we have now, we would fucking kill it. MRAPs, boom, bitches, we got this. Who the fuck needs a soft squint Humvee? We got fucking all this shit, dude. Look at all the shit we got. We got fucking buffaloes to find IEDs. Oh, you want to fucking throw some EFPs on this bitch? Bam, see ya, bye. That's what we are so good at fighting the last war. Well, we watch the new one unfold, and we're just like, oh yeah. Half the shit we sent them didn't fucking work at the beginning. Remember, we sent them the switchblades, and like, oh, we don't want these. Are dog shit. We don't want these anymore. Like, we need to improve our shit. We don't need to reinvest in old technology. That's what we do. We reinvest in the old shit. We have all the stuff to fight the last war. Yeah. Yeah. We do. We have superior tech, but we have the great shit to be like last time. A-10s. Fucking A-10s are awesome. They're fucking awesome. They are one of the few things that make my heart skip a beat when I see them fly over. Still. But in that environment, I wonder how they last. Same with F-16s and F-18s. Osprey. The one thing that this is interesting to me. Because when we were training to beat the Soviet/Russian threat in Eastern Europe, how helicopter heavy our military was. You know what I mean? We had all kinds of cool attack helicopters. We had the Longbow Apaches. We had all this stuff. And they haven't asked for any of that stuff. You know what I mean? They haven't asked for any kind of helicopters. Like, we gave them like 2 Blackhawks to like fly their VIPs around. You know what I mean? Like something like an air assault type raid is just, they don't even, that's not even like in their fucking vocabulary. In their technical or tactical vocabulary. There's nothing even like that. Like, they have no desire to do that. And neither the Russians. They fly their attack helicopters like 10 clicks behind the line. They pitch their nose up, fire unguided rockets like shit artillery, and then turn and fly away. There's no combined arms warfare. There are all these things that we train to do, whether maybe the Ukrainians don't have the right stuff, but the Russians sure did, and they didn't do it. And they didn't know how, they didn't have the training, they didn't have the whatever, but this war has turned into basically World War I with drones. You know what I mean? Like, it's just artillery and rockets firing back and forth. Yeah, it's bayonet training and fucking trench warfare is what it basically is, yeah. Small infantry tactics going back and forth, fucking dudes on motorbikes flying across a minefield. That's what it is, and then they're getting hit by drones. They can't even they can't even put enough armor on something to get it to across no man's land. So what are we learning from this? Hopefully there's people that are actually studying this war and paying attention to what's developing on the battlefield. So that way we can properly prepare our troops to fight the next war. Because when the next war comes, which it's going to, we need to be prepared for the next war, not for the last one. Because they're not going to go into a threat environment like Iraq or Afghanistan was. They're not going to go against IEDs and EFPs and small roving bands of mount battles. We're not going to have that. I don't know what we're going to have, but we're not going to have that. We're not going to have Iraq again. But even look at like Israel moving into the fucking West Bank, moving into Gaza, and those fucking dudes, they had fucking drones and were blowing up fucking Merkava tanks. The Merkava Mark IV tank is one of the most heavily armored vehicles in the world. And they were taking them out. There's something to that. Think about it. The Marine Corps has changed their war tactics to become a lighter, more agile force. They have. But I wonder if that's what they need. Or if that's what budgets dictate, or, you know what I mean? There are a lot of factors into that. And I hope they're on the right path, and I feel like they partially are. I think the Marine Corps got too heavy fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan and fighting from Desert Storm until the end of the Iraq conflict. They went from a light air mobile force, air mobile, sea mobile force, to a kind of a heavy infantry, especially after Desert Storm, and they saw how fast we rolled across Iraq with tanks and how the Amtraks were too lightly armored, and, you know, LAVs were too light. And so they're like, let's make that's get away from this heavy force. That's the Army's job. It's not the Marine Corps job. And let the Marine Corps kind of get back to more of a light infantry, quick assault force. 100% AI guided munitions. Yeah. That one's that, and they've already have some of that. They already have some of that with like I know some of those drones now are like the Germans gave them are really AI heavy, that they don't even need. They need operator input to get to a certain area, and then the seeker, there's like a warhead seeker on the drone, and it finds the biggest priority target and attacks it. So yeah. All right, Tiffany, thanks for I'm gonna wrap things up too. It's getting late. It's like 10:30. I gotta get up early and take a kid's soccer in the morning. But yeah. 3D printing is exactly right. The Ukrainians are making that shit like in their bait. That's that's why the Russians can't take it. I mean, it's very similar. It feels very similar to me to the Germans in the Second World War. Well, they didn't have factories. I mean, they had factories, but for the most part, they had cottage industries that were making small parts that they could assemble in one final location. But these are even worse because they're showing I saw like this was a while ago. They were interviewing these guys and they were somewhere in Ukraine. And they didn't even have good 3D printers. They just had some cheap fucking Wagyu off Temu bullshit that was making fins for the bombs because they had these grenade cups. Basically put a grenade in this cup and had like these rudimentary fins on it that they dropped on these drones. And they like, I'm not a 3D printing expert, but I know like you're supposed to have the lines smooth and shit. These guys didn't give but I mean, they're going to drop it from a drone, drop it on a Russian and kill them. It didn't fucking matter. Right. But just how, like, they were just fucking this one dude had like 10 printers in his office, and he was just making he was like at work making these fucking munitions basically, and he would fucking send them to the front. You know what I mean? How do you stop an industry like that? How do you stop a supply chain that's doing that? You know what I mean? And that's the problem we had, like I said, with like, bombing in the Second World War. We didn't have, they had some factories, but a lot of those places were made, that's why they could churn out Me-262s to the end of the war and V2s to the end of the war, because they were so decentralized. And I think that's part of the guerrilla type tactics that they've got, and it's working. But yeah, I think the next, here's the thing, and I think for several reasons, I think the next 25 years-ish are going to be interesting to watch. Because there's going to be a lot of unrest in geopolitics in the next several years. There's a lot of, you see it right now, there's a lot of jockeying for resources. There's a lot of, industries popping up around the world that, whether it be AI or whether it be other automation, we're going to have a paradigm shift in the way that we as humans live and operate in the next 25 years. Whether it's politically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's, this could turn into like a opulent paradise where we have all the excesses and everyone's taken care of, and we can grow and really explore and free the human imagination to create and build bigger things, or we could destroy ourselves. And so I wonder where that's going to go. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up. You have been listening to me, Radar, right here in the Smoke Pit. I am here every Wednesday at 2300 Eastern Time. Fucking Poogie. Imagine an aircraft carrier with massive 3D printing capacity that can produce drones en masse. That'd be crazy. That's what I'm talking about. That's where this is going, I think. I really do. I mean, not even an aircraft carrier. It doesn't even need to be an aircraft carrier. It could be a cargo ship or a tanker. It doesn't even have to be an aircraft carrier. It could be a frigate, a shipping boat, a fishing boat. Yeah. A lot of shit. Anyway, I'm glad I'm retired. Me too. Me too, Dave. I am too old to be in a fucking trench running from drones. Fuck that. Anyway, listen to me, Radar, right here. I'm going to be here every Wednesday night. Thursday night, tomorrow night is Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky. They'll be talking about all things sergeanting, talking about National Guard, reserves, active duty retirees, all kinds of fun shit. Let's see. On Friday, is this a week with the gamer kids? Let me look. I don't know if it is or not. I'm so bad at this. It's my payday week, so I think it is. I think they do gaming this weekend. So weekend co-ops should be here with WTF Nation Gaming. They'll be here this weekend. Sunday night's the Dawn's a Day of no scheduled activities. Monday is Labor Day. Go enjoy your... Yes, Monday's Labor Day. Go enjoy your family, friends. Have a picnic. Enjoy this free day off that the unions have fought for. Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior with CQ and his Harem O co-host. They'll be bringing you some pop culture references and some cool guests and all kinds of fun shit. Next Wednesday early, the first game of our doubleheader is the Sports Bar with the actual King, Smith, and Coach. Next week is going to be the draw, or our draft for fantasy football. So be there. We have 2 more spots open on the fantasy football team. Pookie, if you want in on it, get on that shit. Yeah, Modern Warfare is terrifying. Absolutely. But you know what's not terrifying? Fantasy football. Get on the fantasy football team. We have 2 more spots left. David Cunningham, go be on that show. Go get your team. But yeah, they do the early show, and then they're going to be at the normal time at that 7 o'clock time slot, and then the 11 o'clock time, or the 9 o'clock time slot. The 11 o'clock time slot is mine. I'll be doing late shows for a while, and I think this is kind of catching on. I think it's doing good. And we're gonna do a little bit of playing around. TZ's out for a little bit, but she's fine. Things are good. But yeah, so come back here next week. Come hang out. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you hanging out, and I will see you next week. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Well, I guess I was born with a gun in my hand. We'd walk the big clear cuts in the pine timberland. Well, the army man told me that I could defend the free. Oh, and draw me a paycheck, get a tech school degree. I said, hey now, Sergeant, that sure does sound fine. Well, the sawmill ain't hiring. Tell me, where do I sign? Won't you light a lantern for me? I'll be gone, but not long. Won't you keep a candle burning? Won't you leave the porch light on? And they still hold a gun, and this is the suit of a soldier for your southeastern son. Well, tell mom not to worry if she's taking it hard. Never thought I'd see action back when I joined the Guard.
Well, all this will be over more later than soon. As I wrote in a letter beneath the big Afghan moon. Won't you lie?